Hello and hope you are happy. Today we want to talk about Pixar Studio. Everyone who follows the world of cinema knows Pixar, an American animation studio that is known more than anything for its attractive logo, a radiant light that lands on the second letter of the English phrase Pixar. Pixar Studios is one of the leaders in the world of animation, which has always preferred quality to quantity, and perhaps this is why, despite the few titles it has created, it is now one of the most popular animation studios. Pixar animations are not only creative and dynamic in visual effects, but also have emotional and engaging stories that not only entertain children, but are also fascinating to adults. Here we have gathered everything about Pixar Studio for you. Then you can review the history of this animation studio, read the details of their work, and get information that you do not know about this popular collection. Like this video right now and subscribe our YouTube channel. The first sparks of Pixar Studios' formation date back to 1974, where Edwin Catmull and his colleagues succeeded in bringing animation design computers into a new era. Their new technology quickly became popular with filmmakers around the world, and in 1979 George Lucas invited Catmull and his colleagues to work with Lucasfilm Studios. Thus, Pixar Computer Design Technology Studio entered the world of cinema for the first time with the Lucasfilm collection. However, Catmull and his friends separated from Lucasfilm in 1986. Steve Jobs, who ran Next Inc. at the time, bought Pixar Studios. He appointed Edwin Catmull as Pixar's chief executive, and he himself took over the chairmanship. Thus, the creator of the popular Apple brand, although initially had certain expectations from Catmull and his colleagues, but has played a very important role in the development and progress of Pixar. All these years, Pixar has been making short 3D animations, but in 1989 he started making TV commercials, and shortly afterwards he agreed to make 3 animated films with the Disney Film Studio. The release of the 1995 animated film Toy Story was an incredible leap for Pixar Studios. The success of Pixar animation continued with titles such as Toy Story 2 and In Finding Nemo, released in collaboration with Disney. The popularity of Pixar animations grew with each passing day, and Disney Studios executives who know they needed Pixar titles came closer to them. When the Disney-Pixar deal expired in 2006, movie studios were interested in buying Pixar, but Disney seemed to have a better chance than any of its competitors. That's why Steve Jobs agreed to sell Pixar to Disney. Disney acquired Pixar for $7.4 billion. The purchase broke Disney's previous records, making Pixar their most expensive subsidiary. The acquisition of Pixar was not just about economic goals. Disney decided to use the animators and agents of Pixar Studios to make their animations, and this led to Disney Animations experiencing significant progress. To date, Pixar Studios has released 22 cinematic animations. Their project began with the release of the Toy Story animation in 1995 and continues to this day, where Pixar's new animation called Soul was made available to viewers. Pixar has made more than $14 billion in animation over the years, averaging an incredible $680 million per movie. It may be interesting to know that Pixar's works have been won 20 Academy Awards, 8 Golden Globe Awards, 11 Grammy Awards, and dozens of other prestigious awards in the art world over the years. Today, at the age of 34, this studio is the most famous and popular animation studio in the world. Pixar released the third installment of Toy Story in the early 2010s. The animation not only won the Best Animation Award, but also the Academy Award for Best Soundtracks. The success of the second installment of Toy Story led Pixar to unveil the second installment of Cars. The Pixar animation did not receive much attention from critics and viewers, and set a record for the lowest sales of Pixar works to date. The failure of the Cars 2 animation seemed to be the beginning of the collapse of Pixar Studios, but that did not happen. By changing their animation style, they released a new title called Brave. which not only attracted the attention of critics but also once again won the Academy Award for Best Animation for Pixar. Now it's time for the Monsters Inc. animation to come to the fore, an extraordinary and popular title that after years of planning made its way to theaters and experienced great sales. Following the introduction of Pixar animations, we come to the most influential and one of the best animations in the history of cinema, namely Inside Out. This psychological animation also rewarded Pixar the prize for the best Oscar animation for the second time. Unfortunately, Pixar's next animation, Good Dinosaur, did not live up to expectations. As a result, it became the first Pixar product to sell at a loss. In other words, this animation was Pixar's first commercial failure. At a time when Pixar seemed to be moving away from his personal philosophy, the animated sequel Finding Nemo called Finding Dory was released. According to critics, this animation was the most influential Pixar animation of Disney titles, but it managed to reach the incredible record of the third best-selling film of 2016. After the release of Cars 3, it is time for one of Pixar's most different works, Coco Animation. This animation, which takes Pixar World to Latin America for the first time, was a different and pixelated narrative of concepts such as family and love. Pixar's next animation shows the studio's precise policies in recent years. Yes, we are talking about Incredibles 2, which was released 14 years after the first animation, but it was so expected that it managed to hold the record for the best economic opening of an animation. The Toy Story 4 animation not only made the series Pixar's longest-running feature film franchise, but also marked the end of its nearly 24-year-old story and won the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature. It may be interesting to know that the fourth part of Toy Story is actually the most popular and best-selling title in this series. Some time ago, Pixar unveiled the Onward animation, which did not go well due to the spread of the coronavirus. What is your idea about this video? Which one of these animations is your favorite? Leave your comments for us.